A local police chief is behind bars tonight, charged with several sex crimes, including one against a child.
State authorities arrested Newton Grove Police Chief Gregory Warren yesterday. CBS 7.
Belief across this small town in Sampson County.
Shocked, disappointment.
Following the
shocked and disappointed. I don't know why. You put so much hope and belief and faith in these police officers. It's like you fail to realize that they are just people like you and everyone else. And if you check the news and if you really paid attention, this is nothing new with police officers committing sex crimes. They have been doing this, but nobody likes to talk about it. Nobody says nothing about it.
arrest of Newton Grove Police Chief Gregory Warren.
I mean, most people didn't even know we had a Newton Grove Police Department, but he was good people to me.
SBI.
Well, that's how he was probably able to get away with sex crimes for so many years, because nobody really knew. Nobody really knew about the police chief. Probably a small area.
Agents took Warren into custody Wednesday on multiple sex crime charges. He's facing...
Wow. Multiple sex crime charges. Newton Grove. I wonder what that is. Maybe in Missouri or something. I don't know. It's the police chief.
7 felonies, including indecent liberties with a child and 6 counts of secret peeping.
Hold up. Let's see, we got sex crimes against children, felonies. We got felonies, secret peeping. What is that? Peeping in somebody's window or something? Like, how sick can you get? How sick can you get? And this guy's a police chief. Disgusting. Really. It really is disgusting. I almost vomited in my mouth.
Arrest warrant details alleged sexual contact with a young girl, including taking explicit photos of her while she was sleeping in July of 2023.
If he did what he did.
That's really sick. See how sick that is? He's taking pictures of a child while the child is sleeping, like just perverted. Sick. Lasciviousness. Lasciviousness. Full of lust.
Then he needs to pay for it.
The SBI says it launched an investigation into the chief after the Sampson County Sheriff's Office requested their assistance. Late Thursday afternoon, the town announced Warren is suspended without pay, pending the outcome of the legal process. Warren has served as the town's police chief since 2019. In June 2021, he shot a rape and kidnapping suspect during a confrontation, a shooting the county.
Wow. That's crazy. Let me rewind it. That would be it.
Outcome of the legal process. Warren has served as the town's police chief since 2019. In June 2021, he shot a rape.
Okay. He started being the police chief in 2019, and 2 years later, in 2021,
and kidnapping suspect during a confrontation, a shooting the county's district attorney said was justified. Warren made his first.
So 2 years later, he's committing crimes. Amazing.
First appearance in front of a judge Thursday morning. He will continue to be held without bond. In a post on Facebook, the town says that normal law enforcement coverage will continue. In Newton Grove, Harrison Grove, CBS 17 News.
I'm about to show you something that makes me furious every time I see it. This is a real tax return from someone making $284,972 a year in W-2 income. And look at this.
KPRC2 discovered.
I just find it amazing no one is talking about this. I just find it amazing. But people have time to talk about stupid stuff all day and worried about childish stuff. I don't understand it. But these police officers are committing sex crimes. Wow.
That the now former HPD captain arrested on child sex crime charges is well aware of how those cases are handled. 59.
He's a police captain, Houston police captain, arrested for child sex crimes. Yeah. HPD, whenever you see a HPD officer with a silver badge, that means they are a corporal or below. If you see a gold badge, they are a sergeant or above. So this guy is a captain, actually, and he's committing sex crimes. Wow, look at the picture. Just check the picture. I was like, oh, he's so honorable. He has the American flag behind him. So honorable, so trustworthy. That's what you may think in your little simple mind, right? But he's committing sex crimes.
9-year-old Darren Edwards, once one of the city's top cops, is now the center of the same type of crime he was once trained to investigate.
God damn.
I want to thank you for joining us this evening. I'm
Oh
Keith
my
Garvin,
God.
Daniela Guzman.
Really, to be honest with you, this stuff isn't easy to watch. This is hard to watch. Like, it's making my stomach hurt just watching this. Look at this guy. He looks like just the average everyday person, but he's a sex offender. And nobody's talking about it, it seems like. Nobody cares about the police committing sex crimes. Oh, it's okay for them to commit sex crimes. It seems that way, right?
Mon is off tonight. Edwards has been released from his duties as a captain for HPD's Auto Theft Division. He's being held in the Galveston County Jail on charges of child pornography.
Okay, so if he's been held in the Galveston County Jail, that means he probably stays, or should I say lives in Galveston County, which is, I don't know, 30 miles from Houston. Houston is in Harris County, so yeah, pretty interesting. He works in Harris County, but he doesn't live in Harris County. Interesting.
Aggravated sexual assault, and sexual performance of a child. KPRC2 reporter.
Now, hold up. Aggravated sex assault against a child? Like, what did he do? Did he use a weapon? Like, what did this guy do? Like, I need to further investigate. I want to know the details. I want to know exactly what he did, what happened.
Worley Peel joins us with a look at his work history.
What's disturbing about this is we've learned Darren Edwards knows exactly.
So, League City, Texas. So, League City, Texas is in Galveston County. I know you got Texas City, Texas down there. You got Dickinson, Texas. You got League City, and then Galveston, the beach, all in Galveston County.
How these investigations work. Records show he has 60 hours worth of training for child abuse prevention and investigation.
Hold on a second. Hold on. That is so hypocritical. This guy is taking classes and doing training for child sex abuse as he's committing child sex abuse. You can't make this stuff up. I'm the only one that's willing to speak about this and rebuke these wicked police officers. I'm the only one that's willing to do it.
And now he's in jail after someone walked in here to the League City Police Department.
Hold on a minute. Even though he's in jail, that doesn't mean anything because he's going to bond out. Well, this is old, but I'm just saying the process. He's going to bond out and he's going to go to court and he's probably going to get a light sentence. He's going to get a slap on the wrist for being a child sex abuser, a sex offender. You know, I need to pull his picture up and see if I can find him on the register. It's public information.
To let officers know he's accused of sexually assaulting a child for years.
Oh my God.
With his head.
Yeah. He's been assaulting and abusing this child for years. So you know what that means? It probably was someone in his family. I have heard stories like this before. These sexual deviants, they abuse people in their family. They will abuse like a relative that's like not blood kin to them, that may be related to them through marriage or something. They'll feel more comfortable to do it because in their little sick mind, they think, well, they're not my blood, but you're still abusing children, dumbass.
Down, handcuffs wrapped around his wrist, Darren Edwards makes his way into the Galveston County Jail. New court documents reveal the disturbing crimes he's now accused of. This affidavit shows Darren would send sexually explicit messages to the victim from his phone. Detectives found.
Hold on a minute. So let me just walk you through this. So he's sending sex messages to the child. So what do you think, the child is his girlfriend or something, like texting the child like, yeah, like Like, see how messed up in the mind this is?
She was asked and sometimes bribed with money to send Darren nude pictures of herself,
Plenty of
which she
stories.
agreed to do to
Plenty of
keep
stories.
Darren from becoming
Plenty.
upset. He
Got
told her
hundreds
he
of
could
stories.
ruin her life with them. Edwards is also accused
Hold on. So he was what you call it? Blackmailing the child. Telling the child that he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that if she don't do this because he has nude pictures of her. So he was blackmailing the child. Like, this guy should get a lot of time, really. Let back out on the streets. To be honest with you, they don't need to be let back out. You know, certain crimes you can't rehabilitate people. You can teach a person not to steal anymore. You can teach a person not to drive drunk anymore. But this is a mental sickness these people have. And it's also in the police department that nobody wants to talk about.
of having hidden cameras that captured explicit acts. Edwards' work history paints a different picture. The 32-year veteran, well known in HPD. KPRC2 investigates found he was demoted from assistant chief to commander in 2021 following the Astroworld tragedy. During that time, KPRC2 obtained his file showing he had outstanding reviews. This one says Captain Edwards is loyal to the department and continues to set examples for the people. In 2019,
So basically, they're covering for him. They're lying, saying that, oh, he's such a great police officer. He does such a great job. All the while, he has all kind of write-ups and bad reports in his police record on his job.
KPRC2 interviewed Edwards. He saved sportscaster Mark Langston during a medical emergency at an Astros game.
According to his doctors, he doesn't have any damage. There's no damage. It's truly a miracle.
Now that he's charged with multiple child sex crimes, HPD released him from his duties. In the court documents, it indicates that there could be another minor involved. The League City Police Department tells me that they're not ruling out that there could be more victims. They are asking anyone with any information to come forward. In League City,
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a follow-up on this. I'm going to make a note on this in my notepad, and I'm going to do some further investigations. So I'm going to see the outcome of this, how much time this guy got, everything. I'm going to find out everything.
Corley Peel, KPRC 2 News.
Has anyone actually made it to level 4 before? If you're slightly congested, use level 1.
And Hamilton Police and a police officer in Hamilton has been charged with child exploitation. Constable Dave Hamilton, a 19-year member of the service, is accused of possessing and transmitting child sexual abuse and exploitation material. Hamilton Police.
So we have a Hamilton police officer that has child porn. Amazing. See, it never ends with these people. If they're not raping and molesting people, they have child porn in a computer somewhere. See, it never ends with these people. But these are the people that you love to say, oh, I back the blue. Oh, I love the cops and this. Okay, you love this when they do this. Do you love that? Of course you don't. Of course you don't. Why you never mention this when you say, I back the blue no matter what? This is why you can't back the blue no matter what. Because this is going on.
Have confirmed with us that the officer was part of the Pro Action Cops and Kids program, which sees police officers develop and deliver activities aimed at engaging youth. The officer has been suspended without pay. He is scheduled to appear in a Milton courthouse at a later date.
Amazing.
A Georgetown police officer is facing felony charges after allegedly engaging in sexual activity with a victim during a family violence call. Officer,
hold on a minute. Stop. So this guy is sexually abusing somebody that's a victim. That's amazing. That's crazy. You see how sick that is? Wow. These people never cease to amaze me.
Dylan Wright was arrested yesterday for misuse of official information. Police say Wright responded to a family violence call that led to a man's arrest on August 1st, and that he allegedly improperly accessed the information about the victim to find out when she'd be alone so he could return to her home.
So he could return to her home. What a creep. This guy's a real creep. Wow. And a stalker. So he did all this investigation so he can go back to the lady's house. And like, this is crazy, man. Like, I can't even believe this. Who does this? I never heard of something like this before. This is my first time watching this video. This is my first time watching this. This is crazy. Man, this is sad. It was really sad, though.
Oh, Wright was placed on administrative leave August 6th when the complaint was made. Now, Wright does not face.
So hold on a minute. So the victim has already been through domestic violence. So now she has to go through the police sexually assaulting her. Like, what a monster. What a monster. Why would you do that to someone, especially somebody that has been through domestic violence? Think about that.
Assault charges. Georgetown police say the alleged actions, though, are a, quote, egregious violation of department values. Investigators are asking anyone with additional information to contact Georgetown PD's Professional Standards Division.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
We're going to start with some breaking news. An HPD officer was arrested today. Assault of a child and indecency with a child. The Hedwig Village Police Department is conducting a criminal investigation.
Okay, so this is another HPD officer that's arrested for sexual crimes. And he doesn't live in Houston. He lives somewhere else. He was arrested where he lives. So these cops, they don't live in the areas that they patrol. They don't live in the areas that they work in, which is a whole nother thing in itself. Another HPD officer.
And HPD Internal Affairs will do a separate investigation. Now, HPD Chief Troy Finner released a statement saying, quote, "I am deeply troubled by the alleged actions of this 23-year veteran HPD employee who was a..."
Wow. 23-year veteran. So within that 23-year time frame, I wonder how many other victims are there. That's what I'm wondering. How many other victims are out there? That's the question I want to know.
Immediately relieved of duty when the accusations were brought to our attention. Finner says he will not be commenting further on this investigation, but of course we're going to continue updating you on this story online at khou.com.
Yeah, you know, like I said, he don't want to come in anymore.
And political campaigns to a jail cell, the former candidate and cop accused of sex crimes against a child. Welcome back. I'm Dick Brennan. A Jersey City police sergeant has been arrested and charged with sexually assaulting a child. The sergeant is also a former mayor of Bergen County Borough. Christine Sloan has more on this.
So this guy, he was a mayor. Now he's a police officer, and he's doing what? Sexually assaulting a child. A child. Even worse, a child. These police officers are after children. Man. And we worried about stupid shit. Your cops are molesting children. They're raping women. Do you understand that? Do you get it? This is serious business. This is nothing to play with.
20 years as a cop has taught me to build trust.
Now suspended Jersey City Police Sergeant Andrew LeBruno in a campaign commercial touting his term as mayor of the sleepy Bergen County borough of Dumont in a bid this past November for a state assembly seat. The Democrat who lost the race is now under arrest, charged with sexually assaulting a child. Prosecutors say he met on a social media app. The 44.
Wow, you could tell he's an idiot. What a dummy. So You have seen many people get busted for this kind of stuff by going on these apps, and they get busted because there's a cop that's portraying himself like a child, and he doesn't understand that. He fell for that. He fell for that. Wouldn't you think that he's a former mayor and a police officer, that he should know this, right? He should know that. So why do we have someone that's a mayor and a police officer that's supposed to have at least common sense doing this? You know why? Because the sexual deviancy and the sickness in the mind, that is more powerful than him being a mayor or a police officer. They can't control it. They cannot control it. I need to do a follow-up on this too. I wonder how much time he has gotten or he's going to get. They're probably going to give him a slap on the wrist, and he's going to continue to do what he does, which is be a sexual deviant.
4-year-old pictured in jail wearing a medical gown.
I believe in innocent until proven guilty. It sounds pretty scary.
Investigators say the aggravated sexual assault took place inside.
You heard that lady? She said, I believe he's innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, that's true. Under law, we are supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But this lady here, I can tell she's the type of lady that she will allow some man or something to molest someone in her family, and she wouldn't say nothing about it. She probably will just let it happen for years and years. There's people like that out there. I have seen them on the internet. They protect the abuser.
The victim's Inglewood home, and that LeBruno knew or should have known the victim was, quote, physically helpless or mentally incapacitated, specifically by...
Hold on a minute. So this guy, he sexually assaulted someone that is mentally incapacitated and physically disabled. Wow. 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 So, and I bet the people of the city of Jersey City, they used to praise this guy and worship him like, yeah, he's the mayor. Oh, he's a cop. He's a police officer. He's so honorable. Look at the uniform. Woo. And he's molesting children. Yeah, you people are stupid. Yeah, you really are.
Spraying an unknown substance into his hand and placing it over the victim's mouth and nose, causing the victim dizziness.
It's horrible. It seems like he did some really bad things.
LeBruno lives on a quiet Dumont street with his wife and 2 children. No one answered the door when we rang the bell, and his attorney listed on court papers did not return our calls. LeBruno has been a Jersey City officer for 20 years, but the department says he was, quote, suspended without pay immediately following his arrest. His bio says he was Dumont's mayor between 2020 and 2023. The borough's attorney says LeBruno was a volunteer youth softball coach last year, but that, quote,
oh, did you hear that? He was also a youth softball coach. You know why? Because he wants to have access to children. He wants to be in the proximity of children. Have you noticed that? Have you paid any attention that these type of people, they always want to be around children? They always want to be the damn basketball coach, the damn baseball coach, the damn after-school tutorer, so they can molest your children. Don't you get it?
Hasn't been a coach since last year and obviously won't be going forward.
He's got a wife and 2 kids, and then they have to live in this town. It's really hard.
The Jersey City Police Department is also
Yeah, and this guy has a wife and kids. So his wife and kids, they're going to have to live in Jersey City and endure the shame that he has brought on the family. And I feel bad for them because that's not fair for them. They don't deserve that. Many people go through that. They have to endure the shame of their sexual deviant family member. No, we got to speak against that. That's what we got to do.
conducting its own internal investigation. A spokesperson says to determine LeBruno's final employment status pending the outcome of all of the investigations. In Dumont, in Bergen County, New Jersey, Christine Sloan, CBS News, New York.
EVE Online is a vast
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Is everyone all set? Good. Okay. So today at our press conference, you're going to be hearing from Chief Joseph, followed by our District Attorney, Jeff Rosen.
So this is in San Jose, California. This should be really interesting. You know, you got a lot of sexual deviants and pedophiles and just nasty people in California. It's like a hotbed for that.
Please hold your questions till the end after the two speakers. Chief Joseph will come back up to answer your questions. And so thank you for joining us again, and we'll have Chief Joseph join us today.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. When a San Jose police officer does something exceptional, something heroic, something that makes our community safer, I will proudly stand before you and boast about it. When a San Jose police officer violates the community's trust, violates the law, or victimizes a member of our community, I will humbly stand before you and take accountability.
Right, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's the right thing to do. Don't be a hypocrite. Speak against the evil.
As chief of police, I'm here to deliver some very difficult news that you should hear directly from me. Yesterday, at my direction, San Jose police...
But at the same time, let's not be deceived. He's covering his own ass.
Police detectives arrested one of our officers pursuant to an arrest warrant obtained by our Internal Affairs Division for alleged sexual misconduct involving two minors that occurred approximately 13 years ago.
Wow, 2 minors. So here we go again. Children. They're doing this to children. Children. Do you get that? This is very serious. They're doing it to children 13 years ago. So that means he's been doing it for years. He's been doing it. It's probably more victims. But these are your police officers that you love and give so much honor to and so much respect. And you back the blue.
The investigation was initiated and conducted by our department in coordination with the district attorney's office, who determined that there was sufficient legal basis to file charges and move forward with prosecution. On July 7th, a warrant was issued for the officer and he was arrested by San Jose officers.
Yeah. They decided to move forward with prosecution. Why? Because they had sufficient evidence. Obviously.
And subsequently booked into county jail for multiple felony sexual assault charges.
Multiple felony charges. So, and I would imagine that this guy is probably going to take some kind of plea deal. And don't be deceived, because some of these police officers, they take plea deals for misdemeanor charges and go right back to being a cop.
Our department is survivor focused, and we take all disclosures very seriously. We are committed to conducting a thorough investigations in search of justice, even if that justice is long delayed. Having a police officer as a suspect in a case like this only amplifies the relentlessness of our investigators and of this investigation. Because this is an open and active criminal case, there are limitations to what we can disclose. We must also...
Yeah, and by the way, just to make it known that I am using these videos under fair use. I am doing commentary on the video. Now, I think I'm doing a whole lot more commentary on these idiots that love to steal my videos, that just play them and just say, oh, you're stupid. Like, you're not doing commentary. You're stealing my video. That's what you're doing. Do what you have to do. We'll play another video. This video is a 15-minute long video. I'm not going to watch the full video. So I got what I needed from this. A San Jose police officer in California is committing sex crimes against children. So let's go to the next video.
What's that?
It's compounded hogwash.
Bet those weight loss meds ain't FDA approved.
Smells like snake oil to me. Horse?
A newly released indictment revealing details on serious allegations against a former tribal officer. Last night, we reported on the arrest of Carl Leslie. He is charged with sexual abuse.
A tribal officer? So does he work on the Indian reservation? Or what? What's going on here? Like I said, I don't pre-watch these videos. I like to watch them and it be new to me where I can, I guess, get a better reaction and be surprised. It's a better experience.
Abuse and kidnapping.
The FBI says the incidents happened while he was on duty. Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum joins us live after speaking exclusively with a former co-worker of the suspect.
I'm sorry to keep stopping the video, but I have to say something. I just wanted to highlight this point that this officer committed this sex crime while he was on duty. Think about that. Think about the lust. Think about the lust is so high that he can't control himself, that he has to sexually assault while he has on the uniform. I don't know what to say. What can I say? What can I say?
Justin.
We are finally getting a look at this 15-count indictment listing federal charges against Carl Leslie. The former White Mountain Apache officer appeared in court yesterday, and if convicted on these counts, he could face a maximum sentence of life in prison. The FBI believes there are more victims on the reservation.
So he could face life in prison. So this guy, since he's on an Indian reservation, he's going to be prosecuted by the Department of Justice of the United States government in federal court. So they're going to handle it. And they're going to give him 100 years. God, dog, that's a lot of time. They're not playing with this guy. He must have did something real serious on that Indian reservation. My God. Oh my God. For years, probably.
Tonight, we're learning more about 42-year-old Carl Leslie following his arrest. A witness shared this photo of the scene at the Canyon Day home where FBI and SWAT took Leslie into custody Wednesday morning.
This is really shocking
Yeah, this is really shocking. Yeah, it might be shocking to you because you're stupid. That's why it's shocking to you, because you're gullible, you're naive, you believe anything. You believe just because some idiot puts on a damn uniform and badge that they're so righteous and holy. You're an idiot. And anyway, I just wanted to highlight this point. Just because these Indians have reservations, that doesn't mean anything. They still can be prosecuted by the United States government, like we are seeing now.
to learn about him. And it's unfortunate because the community, they put a lot of trust in our officers. And when something like this happens, it really destroys.
I know you do put a lot of trust in your officers, but you shouldn't put a lot of trust in your officers, because I know a lot of people don't like the Bible, but if you actually read it, you will understand that you are not supposed to trust in man, because man is going to let you down. You don't supposed to trust someone just because they put on a uniform and a badge. They are a person just like you. They make mistakes just like you. They're only human. You're worshiping these people, but I don't.
That trust.
Danielle DeClay used to work in law enforcement, including the Salt River Police. But from 2011 to 2014, she was an officer for White Mountain Apache PD, a co-worker of Carl Leslie. She says they even went to the same middle school.
Carl was just one of those guys that kept to himself, and he was somebody I worked with. We never became friends, even though we knew each other our whole life. We weren't friends.
Now Leslie is charged with 15 counts in this indictment, including aggravated sexual abuse, kidnapping, sexual abuse through fear and coercion, deprivation of rights under color of law, and kidnapping a victim under 18. The alleged incidents happened between December 2020 and September 2023. The FBI says Leslie raped and kidnapped 2 of the 3 victims, one of them a minor. The indictment also says he had sex with a 3rd victim by threatening her.
See, another minor. That's amazing. Another minor. Notice the pattern that they're doing it to children. Another minor. Multiple victims. Threatening people to have sex with him. And you know, I just want to say and just highlight this, that men like this are just disgusting. They can't get a woman. They can't get a woman. They don't know how to talk to a woman and seduce a woman to get the woman to go out on a date or whatever and get a girlfriend. They can't get a girlfriend. They can only talk to children and molest children. These people are hoes. They're just disgusting to me. I can't stand these type of people. Why don't you go get a woman? Get a real woman. Leave children alone.
The victims are members of the White Mountain Apache tribe. FBI agents believe Leslie targeted women and men between 2019 and 2024. As for the color of law, civil rights attorney Benjamin Taylor explains.
Anybody in the federal role who has law enforcement agency experience has to fall under the color of law to make sure that they are not violating the law themselves.
And not abusing their position of power to violate people's constitutional rights. Photos from the White Mountain Apache Police Facebook show Carl Leslie in years past at community events. He worked for the department from April 2007 through June 2024. Heath Yonke, special agent in charge at FBI Phoenix, believes there are more potential victims.
My message to those.
Obviously, duh. Ring a bell? Obviously, it's more victims. These people don't stop. They can molest anybody they have access to. They don't care. They do not care. That's why you need to protect your children from the police. The ones that's supposed to protect you.
Victims or to those that know of other victims, please come forward and report your information to the FBI.
Right now would be a great time to say something. Otherwise, this is going to be swept under the rug.
Yeah, and those victims, they're probably not going to come forward out of shame. Some of these victims, they don't want to say anything because they're embarrassed. And it's so sad that these victims, they have to live their whole life suffering from the PTSD that this police officer did, or should I say caused.
The FBI's questionnaire is on our website, fox10phoenix.com. If you know of anyone who has possibly been victimized by Carl Leslie, you're asked to please complete that form. Meanwhile, the tribe has not responded to our requests for comment. I'm Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum.
Let's get to our top story this Tuesday. An East Texas police officer has been charged with sexually assaulting a child.
Oh, another cop, East Texas police officer, assaulting a child. A child. These people are after children. You know why? You know why they go after children? You know one of the main reasons why they go after children? Because you trust the cop so much. The children look up to the cop like, oh, he's a cop. He's going to protect me. And they know that the children are not going to say anything. That's why they go after children. These victims are scared to say anything.
Zachary Gilley was arrested Monday night. According to the Texarkana Police Department, an internal investigation.
Look at this guy, and you would see him like, oh, he's so innocent. Look at him. Oh, I trust him. Can't trust him around your kids, though.
Began after allegations involving a 15-year-old girl. The evidence led investigators to obtain an arrest warrant. Gilley was arrested and charged with 2 counts of sexual assault of a child and 2 different counts of indecency with a child. Galley had been an officer with the department since 2018.
Wow, so it didn't take him long.
All new at 6, a Roanoke Rapids police officer is under federal investigation tonight.
The FBI arrested Isaac Nielsen on child abuse charges. Agents say that Nielsen sent child sex abuse materials in an online chat and shared his interest in committing child sex crimes. He is charged with distributing and possessing child pornography and facing up to 30 years in prison if he's convicted.
The city of
What a idiot. What they say, another one bites the dust. Another idiot tried to solicit a child from off an app or online and got arrested. This time it's a police officer. Wow. Another one bites the dust. When are you perverts going to learn your lesson? The cops are setting you up. You're not allowed to have sex with children. Do you understand? You're not allowed to have sex with children. You can't do it. It's wrong. And these idiots, they're going to continue going on these apps and online trying to solicit children for sex, and they're going to get busted. See, they're too stupid. They can't understand and learn that this is happening and people are getting caught, that they shouldn't do it because they are going to get caught. They can't see that. They can't see that. You know why they can't see it? I'll tell you why. Because of the lust and the sexual deviancy that controls them. That is their number one main priority. That comes before anything. Being a sexual deviant. And these are your cops. These are your police officers that you love so much. God bless you.
Roanoke Rapids released a statement on his arrest saying, in part, we would like to thank the FBI and U.S. Attorney for their swift actions upon developing probable cause that a law enforcement officer had violated the law. The police department declined to comment, citing the ongoing internal investigation.
And the latest on the fight against the coronavirus. How close are we seeing treatment for COVID-19?
We begin right now with new information. The Channel 2 Investigates has learned about a now former HPD officer accused of having sex with a 16-year-old girl.
Channel 2 investigator Joel Eisenbaum has been reviewing the court documents on this very disturbing case. He's now live in the newsroom with the exclusive story. Joel.
Keith, I'll tell you what, I'll put it plainly. This probable cause document paints a nasty picture. Let's keep in mind this is a now former HPD officer who has not been convicted, just criminally charged. But yikes, this is scary stuff. 41-year-old Naveed Ashraf had been on the...
I like how the guy said, yikes. That's what I'll be saying too, yikes. I even have that in the title of one of my videos, yikes. Like when you see something that's just weird and crazy and just unbelievable, like this guy with this disgusting sexual assault of children, like yikes. Good night.
job since 2009. That's when he was sworn in. His most recent assignment with HPD was at Hobby Airport. He's now charged with sexual assault of a child. He resigned late last week. He's accused of having sex.
Hold on a minute. So this guy resigned before he could get fired. So what? What's going to happen here? What, he's going to go be a cop at another department and continue to molest children? Like, what's going on here, man? Look at this guy's eyes. Look at the eyes. Look at his eyes. He looked like he'll molest children. Look at it. He looked like he's ready to molest children. Like, ooh, I'm just a sick freak.
With a minor who was trafficked to Houston as a prostitute. That girl is 16. And it gets worse. From the charging document, quote, the police officer she had sex with had later sent her a picture of himself with his gun and vest, which had Houston police across the chest.
This man is stupid. Damn, there are some stupid people in the world today. I can't believe these people are that dumb. This guy sent a picture of himself. I'm sorry. I can't help but laugh. In his police uniform. These guys are suckers. Man, these guys are some suckers. You know, weak men. They can't get women. They don't know how to talk to women. That's their problem. They're scared of women. They don't know how to seduce a woman. They don't know how to walk up to a woman and say, hey, how you doing? My name's whatever. You know, and spark up a conversation. They can't do that. They have to abuse children.
Detectives later found that photo on the teenager's phone, according to the charging document.
Look at that.
And let me tell you, there are allegations.
With the evidence. The evidence. He left a trail. He left a trail. They found the picture on the underage girl's phone. What an idiot. Like, this really blows my mind, but I guess I need to stop letting stuff like this blow my mind, because it's like they're never going to stop doing it. I don't understand how people can be this stupid. I don't understand how somebody can be this dumb. And you would look at a person like this that's a police officer and would expect them to have some type of common, not even highly intelligence, common sense to know that, hey, I shouldn't send a picture of myself in my police uniform to an underage child. This might come back to bite me in the ass another day. You know, like, what an idiot. What a idiot.
Not fit for TV that would make you shudder. Ashraf has posted $10,000 bond. He's got a long, troubling legal fight.
So a $10,000 bond. Wow. So when he said $10,000 bond, I was assuming that 10% of 100,000. I'm assuming that he had got a $100,000 bond and he paid $10,000 cash, but no, If he got a $10,000 bond, he paid 10% of that, and he only paid $1,000 to get out of jail to molest children. You shouldn't get out of jail, man. You shouldn't be out. You shouldn't be out of jail. Lock their ass up and leave them in there to keep the public safe. What the hell? A psychopath police officer molesting children, molesting victims and stuff?
Ahead of them. We're live in the newsroom for now with this exclusive. I'm Joel Eisenbach, KPRC Channel 2 News.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Stunning charges against 2 Vancouver Island police officers. 2 officers with the Central Saanich Police Department were arrested and charged with sexual assault. The announcement came from the Vancouver Police Department this afternoon. CTV's Ben Nesbitt is covering the story. Ben, what have we learned about these troubling allegations?
Well, Mi Jung, back in October, the Central Saanich Police Department asked the Vancouver Police Department to conduct a secret investigation after the victim, a woman in her mid-20s, came forward with these allegations. This morning, the 2 officers were arrested.
So the victim came forward, and thankfully she did come forward because, like I said, the victims, most of the time, they're scared to come forward because they're in fear. Because if she wouldn't have came forward, these police officers probably never would have been caught. So I'm happy and I'm thankful that she had the courage to come forward and speak out against this and say what has happened to her, the sexual abuse that she had to endure by the people that's supposed to protect the community.
Without incidents as they drove into work. Sergeant Matthew Ball has been charged with 1 count of sexual assault and 1 count of breach of trust for alleged offenses from February of 2019 to October of 2023. While
So this guy was active for 4 years committing sex crimes. So my question is, what took so long to catch this guy? Oh, well, I guess the police there wasn't doing their job. We had to rely on the victim to come forward after 4 years or more because the police, they not doing their job. They cover for each other. All of them probably are sexual deviants. That's what it seems like. They cover for each other. What they say, silence is what? Acceptance. So if you're being silent about your police partner being a sexual deviant, that means that you are okay with it. And you are not to be trusted either.
Principal Ryan Johnston has been charged with 1 count of sexual assault stemming from allegations between February and March of 2020. VPD, who had around 25 investigators on this case, says they believe the officers acted separately.
Yeah. So this is in Canada. This is worldwide. Worldwide.
That the victim was in a vulnerable position when they interacted with her. Deputy Chief Fiona Wilson commended her.
You heard that? She was in a vulnerable position when the police approached her. And it goes back to what I said. These guys, they always prey on the weak because they're scared of women. They're scared of, grown women. They don't have the courage to go walk up to a woman and talk to a woman, so they have to molest children and prey on children. I hate people like that. I swear. I can't stand people like that. Like, it's so disgusting. Why don't you be a man for once in your life and go talk to a female and leave children alone?
For coming forward.
You trusted that police would believe you, support you, and investigate these extremely serious allegations with the tenacity that has led to today's arrests.
Central Saanich Police Chief Ian Lawson called these allegations both shocking and saddening. And now I can say right now, I've just heard back from the BC Prosecution Service. Both officers appeared in court this afternoon, but were released with a future court date that will be on January 15th. Mi Jung.
Thank you, Ben.
A former Killen police officer has pleaded guilty to sexual assault and sexually exploiting a child. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office says they received a call from Crestwood.
Officer pleads guilty to sexual assault charges. So this guy pled guilty. I wonder how much time he got. I need to do a follow-up on that. I would like to know how much time this guy has gotten. Probably just got a slap on the wrist.
Medical Center about a female accusing a police officer of sexually assaulting her during a traffic stop. An investigation was launched into the allegations.
Amazing. Another police officer committing sex crimes while they are in their uniform. So they don't even respect the uniform and the badge. But they will tell you, oh, you have to respect my authority. Give me ID. Respect my authority. You don't even respect your own authority. You don't respect the badge. You don't respect the uniform. Out there committing sex crimes in your uniform while you're on your job, man. Come on now. Gerard Galen Webster.
Not long after Jared Galen Webster was arrested and charged with sodomy and rape. During a court hearing, Webster also...
Wait. Stop. Hold on a minute. Sodomy, man. You know what sodomy is? Sodomy, that's when you have intercourse in the anus. This guy is really sick. Like he's going the extra mile. Like it's no limits with this sexual deviant. Like he does anything he wants. He has sodomy play. Good night. Yikes.
Admitted to being in contact with a child on a phone between June 2016 and October 2018, asking for sexually explicit pictures. He's scheduled to be sentenced May 20th in federal court.
So he wants sexually explicit pictures. So you know what that means? Let me tell you what that means. He's one of these guys that you see on YouTube that get arrested for child porn. He likes to store and save child porn in his computer somewhere. That's what he does. He loves to watch pictures and all that shit of children.
Both charges.
Sicko. Next.
Get tax expertise without fees.
You've been doing this shit for years.
Switch to a TurboTax expert for $150. All tax situations, all returns, $150, all in, no surprises. Now this is taxes.
Well, this case got a lot of attention, and part of that attention, prosecutors say, is what attracted more people to come forward and tell them their stories, that they too had information about James Carey. Also, prosecutors told a judge today in arguing that his bail should be increased, that they believed he lied on employment forms, neglecting to tell an employer, a school district where he was driving a bus, that he had been a police officer in the first place.
It was insult to injury when they discovered the defendant was out in the community hours after being arrested.
First Assistant District Attorney Jennifer Shorn says it was right after his arrest on April 7th that her office got to work trying to get James Carey back.
Look at this monster. This the guy right here, the sexual deviant. That's him right there in the middle with the bald head and the mask on, looking like Bane from off of Batman. It's Bane. He's a monster. He really is a monster.
Back in jail. They say the former cop not only used his badge to gain the trust of children and parents, but used it to hide his alleged crimes. And despite red flags and warnings, they say he remained on the job with Warminster Township until he retired in 2009. A one-time DARE officer, the DA says Carey targeted boys who are facing challenges, used his power and trust.
Hold on a minute. Oh, let me go back a little bit. I want to pause that image right there. There we go. There he is. Don't he look insecure? Look at him. Can he get a woman? Hell no, he can't get a woman. That's why he out here after children. And he's a special kind of sick pervert. He's after boys. Ugh. Wow, that's a different type of sickness there. This guy here, he's after children, boys. What a sicko. It's no end to this, man. Look at him. He's in the badge. He's in the blue. He's a cop. I need your ID. I'm respected in the community.
Trust, not just with kids, but with their parents. And once he had it, he fondled, molested, and had children engage in sex acts with him. According to more than 80 pages of documents filed in court.
He just look like a monster. Look at his ass. Look at him. Ugh. God, man. This is horrible. This is hard to watch. But once again, these are the people you love so much. Oh, you love them. You say, I back the blue. I back the blue unquestioned. I always stand with the cops. Do you stand with them now? Do you stand with them now? That's all I want to know. Anyway.
Many in the community knew of Carrie's
are a
closeness,
hypocrite.
especially with young boys. Witnesses told a grand jury there were rumors about hot tub parties in Carrie's backyard. And in 2001, one team
And
made a
another thing,
report
hold on. Now, being gay, that's one thing in itself. If you want to be gay and, you know, go have some type of sick relationship with another gay adult, that's fine. Do your thing, you know, where we can't see it. That's okay. But leave children alone. Leave children alone. Leave the children alone. All right? Go get you an adult. Go talk to a woman. Go, like, learn how to talk to people. Learn how to talk to a woman. Stop going after children. You know, because a real man like me look at you like you're just a weak person, because it is weak, because you can't get a woman. You don't know how to talk to a woman, so you have to go after children. You know, you need to be locked up in jail to keep the public safe.
Warminster Police. The office of the former district attorney wrote, while criminal charges could not be filed at that juncture, her office had grave concerns about the safety of the community. As you worked at a campground near Cape May, police say Carrie was the subject of a police investigation then, alleging misconduct with children. Again, no charges were filed. After a victim came forward last year, police took a look at Carrie again, and they say they found new allegations and new victims. And say after his arrest on April 7th, more complaints have come in. And in some cases, the complaints of alleged victims, they say, are leading to other potential victims.
Leading to other victims. So how many victims are there? That's what I would like to know. I really would like to know. I need to do some further investigation on this and find out, you know, how many victims are there? Like, how much time did this guy get? You know, they do it to so many people. They do it to so many people, you know. They have so many felony charges because they assault so many people. That's why they get so much of time in jail, as they deserve.
Now, no new charges have been filed in this case. We did ask prosecutors about that and the potential for new charges. They say that they are still investigating these other claims that have come in since that April 7th press conference. And they say they are giving a lot of credit to the people who have come forward to tell their stories. They say that's how this case is being prosecuted now after those failed attempts previously because of statute of limitation issues. So if you know anything about James Carey, investigators still are asking for your help. Reporting live in Doylestown, Deanna Durante, NBC 10 News.
Wow. Sick.
Not sure if you saw the news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls. President Trump responded and says Fox News poll.
Two Texas law enforcement officers have been arrested in a child sex investigation. The North Texas Internet Crimes Against Child. Two Texas law enforcement officers have been arrested in a child sex investigation. The North Texas Internet Crimes Against Child Task Force received a tip of possible sexual abuse of a child. Dallas police arrested two suspects, 34-year-old Skylar Leza and 29-year-old Keenan Leza. We don't know their relationship, but investigators say both men and the victim knew each other. Skylar Leza is a Houston County Sheriff's Office deputy. He's charged with aggravated sexual assault of a child and has
Aggravated. Houston County Sheriff's Office deputy. Wonder where Houston County is. Somewhere in Texas. The Houston County aggravated sexual assault of a child. Production of child pornography. Wow. Look at this guy. I'm just looking at this guy. I'm just looking because violating your rights. Can I see your ID? Trying to put you in handcuffs illegally. You know, nobody is breaking the law. But he'll be a tyrant to you while he's committing sex crimes. What a hypocrite. That's why I have no respect for these people. And that's why I'm not stupid and gullible and naive. Like, oh, yeah, I'm just gullible. I just trust somebody because they're in a badge. Oh, I have so much trust for this guy because he's in a badge. What a gullible fool. I'm just so stupid and naive. I just trust people and just believe anything. That's naive. You just believe anything. Because society tells you that you should trust in police officers. You say, yeah, you're just naive, right? Naive.
Been indicted now for production of child pornography. Keenan Leza, a Gladewater police officer, faces an indecency with a child exposure charge.
Now, this is interesting because these two men are related. Notice they have the same last name. So, this is like a family thing they got going on. They're like, we're going to be family related sexual deviants and we're police officers. This is a lot of dynamics going on here. These people got a lot going on. And they are police officers. It says officers arrested in child sex investigation. Gladwater police officer charged with indecency with a child exposure. So these are your cops. CBS News, Texas, and the state of Texas. So there we have it.
New charges for the former Salina ISD middle school teacher and coach at the heart of a child pornography scandal in that district. Caleb Elliott is now charged with sexual performance of a child, which is a second-degree felony. Authorities define this as someone who intentionally lures a minor to engage in sexual conduct. Elliott.
Wow. Crazy, man. This is really sick. And this guy's a coach. He's a coach and a teacher. And it's like I said before, and I'll say it again, these people, they always get these jobs where they have access to children. They always want to be in the proximity of children. They always want to be the damn football coach, the basketball coach, the soccer coach, the after-school tutorer. They always want to have access to children. So, and you don't want to, prejudge people, but I would be wise and have common sense and look at people like that, since we know that they seek these type of jobs where they could have close proximity of children. Look at them like, are you a child molester? Are you after children? You are a teacher, you are a after school coach, tutor. I'm just making sure that, you're not after children. It's just something to think about. I'm not saying, be mean and prejudge people and be accusatory to people. I'm just saying it's something to think about to protect the children.
Already faces possession and promotion of child pornography and invasive visual recording. One lawsuit claims Salina police notified more than 30 families that their children are all victims.
And we have some breaking news tonight at 5.
That's right. In just the last 20 minutes here, we learned that a former IMPD officer now is under arrest tonight. This officer is accused of child molestation while he was an officer. We're told Indiana State Police.
Child molestation. Here we go again. Another police officer after children. What a surprise.
Started investigating after getting information about suspected child abuse from several years ago.
They then searched the suspect's house in New Pal before arresting him today. Metro Police tell us he retired in 2024 and is no longer employed by them. We are working to learn more about these allegations and any charges the suspect may face.
And as we learn more information, we'll keep you updated on air and also online at WTHR.com.
Many stories.
The local police officer arrested on suspicion of engaging in illicit messages online with a teenager.
Wow. Here we go again. Another one bites the dust. Another one fails at being a sexual deviant. The outcome always leads to the same thing. What? Jail, prison. You're going to jail. You're going to prison. You're going to get caught. You're going to get caught.
He now faces federal charges. Bakersfield Police Detective Mark Lugo was arraigned Thursday on charges alleging sexual exploitation of a minor and receipt and distribution of child pornography. Court documents show Lugo.
So this guy, not only is he a sexual assault person, he actually saves child porn. He's a child porn hoarder. Like I said earlier, these people, they get these images and pictures and they store it in some laptop and hide it, and they just, hold it and take care of it. And it's like their prized possession, child porn. Sick.
Reportedly knew she was 15 years old, and he instructed her on what to do in these explicit videos. Lugo has pleaded not guilty. If convicted, he could get decades in prison. He's back in court tomorrow, and he is
Decades.
currently on administrative leave.
Decades. Let me see if my little button works. Let me see. What a sucker.
Scribe is how you stop explaining the same thing over and over at work. Watch this. It'll change your life. Raise your hand if you've told your boss how to do the same thing more than once.
Stanley Burkhart went from investigating pedophiles for the New Orleans.
Look at him. He's someone's grandfather. Look at this guy. He's so innocent. You wouldn't even think that he's a sexual deviant. Look at him. New Orleans Police Department. So this guy worked for the NOPD. I actually did an audit at the NOPD City Hall. New Orleans Police, the New Orleans Post Office. Yeah.
Police department to being one. He's been in and out of prison for sex crimes 6 times since 1987. That's why his neighbors in the lower Ninth Ward were shocked to learn he was back out last year living amongst their kids.
If somebody commits a crime,
I'm not understanding this. Maybe I need to do some further research. But this guy, he's been in and out of prison since the 80s. So when was he a police officer? Prior to the 80s? Like, when was he a cop? I know they didn't allow him to be a cop after he got out of prison for sexual deviancy, sex assault against children. I hope not. I hope not. Maybe that's something I need to do some investigations into. Does the police department hire sexual deviants? That's what I call these people. That's, it's just a broad term I have for these people. I call them sexual deviants. The people that rape women, molest children, molest women, just all this sick stuff. They're just sexual deviants.
or whatever, and pays their debt to society, I'm okay with that. Let them start over. But that's not the case here. This has gone on for years and years.
Thank you. See, this man right here, he's not an idiot. He doesn't look at things like it's just black and white, like it could be just one way or this way. No, he's looking at this as a complex matter because he understands that this is not just a simple thing like somebody stealing something and getting released back out into society. No, these type of sexual deviants, they have a high chance of doing it again once they are released. That's why we have to take this so serious. It's in their brain. A person can change from stealing a damn candy bar out of the store. You can talk to that person and tell them, hey, that's dumb to do that. Here's $1 or $2. You should buy that. Don't be a thief. Don't steal. Learn from that. But these people, these sexual deviants, that's in their mind. They need damn psychological help. They need to go see a doctor.
It's happened 6 times, and I have no doubt it's going to happen again.
In July, Louisiana State Police arrested Burkhart again. They allege he's using the library and secret cell phones to access the internet.
Stop. So this guy is at a library trying to get access to children online. Think about that. It's no limit with these people. It's no limit. And it's probably, obviously, it's children at the library. So he's like, this is just messed up all the way around. And he's back out in society doing the same thing. He will not stop. These people need to be locked up somewhere. I know it's harsh to say and, just lock somebody up forever. I mean, I wouldn't want that for anybody, but these people, they need to be somewhere forever. They don't need to be in society.
Internet and commenting on photos of kids under names like Boys for Me. The popular podcast New Orleans Unsolved reported Burkhart tried to reach out to her online, which would be another parole violation. He's now being held on a...
So I guess he don't mind being in prison. So he got out of prison on parole, and he's already committing crimes, attempting to violate the parole. So he doesn't mind going back to jail. See, I don't have much tolerance for people like that. I don't have a lot of tolerance for people that get out of jail, that get a second chance and get paroled out, and you're right out doing the same dumb shit again. I don't have tolerance for people like that. Whatever happens to you, happens to you. That's it. That's why people really need to educate themselves so they can know how to act, behave, and conduct themselves in life. That's why you need to educate yourself on certain things. Not going to go into that. But that's why you need to be educated and taught. And you do need to read the Bible, because the Bible will teach you a lot of things like that.
$100,000 bond, but his defense attorney wanted it reduced to $50,000.
A lot of y'all out there reject the Bible because, don't look at it as a religious book. Look at it as a wisdom book. I don't care if you don't have to believe in Jesus or the God of the Bible. You don't have to believe in none of that. Accept it as mythology, whatever. Read it and get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from out of it. That's what I do. I'm not going to go too deep into that. Only a fool rejects knowledge, though. Even the Bible tells you that. A stupid person rejects knowledge, information, and understanding. They don't want to hear it. They're not interested in hearing nothing. They just want to be stupid.
It was a tense scene in the courtroom when Stanley Burkhart was finally led in his orange jumpsuit and shackles. One of his victims was in the audience along with the podcaster Anna Christie, and Burkhart smiled when he looked over at them. His defense attorney argued that the case against him now is weak and that the federal government is watching him anyway, but the assistant district attorney gave a fiery rebuttal, saying they need to keep the bond where it is and that the federal government is doing a bad job of watching him. Judge Rhonda Good Douglas denied Burkhart's request for a lower bond. Now another Burkhart victim, Richard Winman, hopes the state can go even further.
This isn't federal court anymore. This is state court. He's going to be convicted.
Hold on a minute. So this is one of the victims? So this guy is molesting men? Like, what's going on here? Like, I need to know the details, the full details, the ins and out of like what's going on. This is an adult. That's an abuse victim.
And he's going to go to Angola.
Yeah.
And he's going to die there.
Yes, sir. Angola, you know what they call Angola? They call it the farm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You better watch you some documentaries on Angola, Louisiana State Penitentiary, Angola. It used to be a slave plantation. And it still is modern day slavery. When you go to Angola, you work in the fields in the hot sun. That's modern day slavery. Oh, yeah. And they have a right to do it under the 13th Amendment.
David Hammer, WWL, Louisiana.
We asked the U.S. Probation Office to respond to the DA's criticism of how they're monitoring Burkhart. Deputy Director Charo Davis declined to comment.
Next video. What do we have?
In stock and ready to ship free the next day. Zorro.com. Tools, parts, and supplies.
A former Oklahoma police officer now convicted for child sex crimes. From 2014 to 2022,
No, that's all. Child sex crimes? Not child sex crimes. God, oh, yikes. Yikes. Wow. In need. That's in the country. That's in the country of Oklahoma. So that's something that needs to be observed. These police officers, they love to commit sexual crimes in the country in these small areas because they think that no one's going to find out about it. Look at this guy. He looked like he molested children. Look at this. He don't even keep his beard groomed. Look at this. Look at this, man. Really? Like, and you're a cop? Damn, they'll just hire anybody, any old dumbass. He'll come put on the uniform. He'll put a badge on, give you a damn Glock and everything, a taser. He'll go be a cop. Go be a cop. They'll let anybody be a cop. These people are not qualified. They shouldn't be policing anybody. They can't even manage their own life. They can't even keep themselves from committing sex crimes, which should be an easy thing to do. Oh, well, it's not easy for you because you're a monster.
England spent time as an officer in Enid and Wichita, Kansas. During their investigation, the OSBI says its agents found England committed multiple child sex crimes in both states, some of which were during his time as an officer.
Wow.
This month, England was.
You You think that this is just one victim, just a cop committed a sex crime, one victim. No, multiple victims, multiple states. That's why it's a federal crime, because he went across state lines. That's why.
Was found guilty of child sex abuse with a child under 12, as well as 2 counts of lewd molestation. According to court documents, England is set to be sentenced in March.
Follow up, definitely. Definitely.
Going straight to breaking news out of Baldwin County this morning, Daphne police have arrested a Mobile police officer on child sexual abuse charges. Now, this is a developing story, and few details have been released at this point. Fox.
Okay, so this guy is a Mobile police officer. He got arrested in Daphne, see? And it's just like we just seen in the previous videos. The cops, they don't live in the areas that they work in. They live somewhere else. They live within a 50-mile radius somewhere else outside of the county. And why is that? Why is that? Because maybe on their off time, they don't want to run into somebody that they have just been a damn evil demon to, violating rights and just doing people evil. They don't want to run into somebody like that at their local Walmart or Target or at Denny's when they're out eating. That's why they don't live in the areas that they work in.
Since Hal Sherrick is joining us live from Daphne PD, where he's been digging for answers this morning. And Hal, what can you tell us at this point?
Well, Daphne police say this investigation began 2 weeks ago when they received a complaint of child sex abuse against a child less than 12 years old. Now, the suspect.
Whoa, a child less than 12 years old? That's serious. That's serious. Like, this guy, he's into young children. Like, this is really, really evil. Wow. It's amazing. Like, I'm just amazed by this. Like, you think it's just something just simple. Well, not simple. You think it's just one thing. It's something even more. It gets even deeper. The level of evil and sexual deviancy and sex crimes, it just goes deeper.
A Mobile police officer now facing multiple charges. 30-year-old Jacob.
That's your cop. He is MDP officer arrested Jacob Clifford. Oh, Jacob. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Oh, man, Jacob. I'm just quoting Jacob from in the Bible. I'm a Bible reader. 4 counts of sex abuse to children less than 12. 4 counts. So was it 4 victims or did he do it 4 times? And if they're charging him like he did it to the same person 4 times, obviously he didn't just do it 4 times. Only an idiot would believe that. He did it way more than 4 times. Look at the eyes. Look at his eyes. He looked like he's an alcoholic or something. Like he's on some kind of, I don't know, like he hasn't got some sleep or something. Look at this guy. And this is the people you trust. This is the people you say, oh, we got to support cops. I back the blue. Because you know why? You know why you say that? Because you are gullible and you are naive. You're gullible because you're so quick to believe anything. You're credulous. That's another word for it. Credulous. A credulous person is someone that's quickly to believe something. That's how you are. And you're naive because you don't know anything. You're just simple-minded to trust in these cops like this and they're committing sex crimes.
But Marcus Clifford was arrested yesterday here at the Daphne Police Department after coming in for a follow-up interview. He faces 4 counts of sexual abuse of a child less than 12 years old and 3 counts of sodomy. Investigators tell me Clifford is a resident of Daphne.
Wow. Sodomite. There he is. He's a sodomite. MPD officer arrested. He's a sodomite. He's arrested for sodomizing. Well, I'm not going to go too deep into that, but I have said earlier what sodomizing is. I'm pretty sure you do know. I'm not going to say it again, but here we have it again. Another cop committing sodomy. They love to commit sodomy. They love sodomy. What a sodomite.
And that the alleged offenses also happened here in Daphne. They would not comment on whether knows the alleged victim or victims. Now, this arrest is
So he was committing the crimes in Daphne too. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Mobile police officer committing crimes in local city of Daphne, Alabama. That's how they do.
This is the result of an investigation by the Baldwin County Multidisciplinary Team, which includes law enforcement, DHR, the Baldwin County Child Advocacy Center, and the District Attorney's Office. Now, at the time of his arrest, police say Clifford did not admit to the crimes. He actually denied any involvement in them. He has 72 hours to appear before a judge for a formal bond hearing. Now, the Mobile Police Department statement just saying that Officer Clifford was placed on administrative leave when they found out about this. All his city property has also been taken from him. Credentials were collected. This obviously is a developing story, and we will certainly pass on any new details as soon as we get them. Live in Daphne, Hal Sherritt, Fox 10 News.
Well. Yeah. Well, what can you say? What can you say? I'm just at a loss for words. Police officers, the people you're supposed to trust and believe in. Wow.
The Seabrook officer placed on administrative leave after an investigation into child pornography charges. Disturbing allegations linking a Seabrook police.
Seabrook? Are we talking about Seabrook, Texas? That's right over there by Baytown. That's a shipyard area. If we're talking about Seabrook, Texas, yep, that's a ship channel.
Police officer with sexually explicit material on a social media site.
John, why did you do that, John? John, you're so innocent and trustworthy. You're a cop. You have on a uniform and a badge. Why did you do that, John?
Massachusetts and works in Seabrook. He was arrested Monday on child pornography charges. According to the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force,
this piece of shit. Look at this piece of shit. And this is the same one that'll be talking to us like we're fucking stupid, being condescending to us, talking to us, being disrespectful and rude, just unwarranted for no damn reason. That's what he'll do, you know. All the while, what he's doing, committing sex crimes against children, child sex abuse investigation. Seabrook police officer on administrative leave after child sex abuse investigation. So let me ask you a question, Seabrook PD. Are you still paying this guy? Are you still paying this guy while he's on administrative leave? That's all I want to know. He's still collecting the check from the city.
the 48-year-old's IP address was involved in exchanging graphic text messages about having.
And that's how they got him. And once again, not to be redundant, but I have to be redundant because they are redundant. Wouldn't you think that they should know and have the common sense to know not to do this, because they have seen multiple people get caught for this very same thing in the past, trying to solicit children online? Like, this is old. Like, Chris Hansen been doing this stuff for years. Like, everybody knows it. It's a show about it. Like, how do these guys not understand? Like, these people are stupid. Or is it that the sexual deviancy has taken control of their mind and they can't help themselves? They say to themselves, oh, I know Chris Hansen has been catching people like myself, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. I might get away with it. That's what they say.
Sex with children as young as 7. Gia Russo's name was linked to an account on that social media site, Kik. Kik reported that account allegedly had 5 uploads that are suspected child sexual abuse material. That complaint alleges the Seabrook police officer bragged about his job, saying, quote, "The girls in town call him Officer Sexy." During his time on the force.
So we got another idiot cop telling strangers online that he think is children that he's soliciting to that, hey, I'm a cop. Hey, I'm actually a cop for Seabrook. Here's my picture. So they can blackmail you with it. You're an idiot, man. damn, look at this guy. And this is who you look up to. This is what gets me. You look up to these people. These people are dumb as hell. Sending pictures to strangers online so you can get caught. You idiot. You don't learn anything. You don't learn nothing. Even the Bible tells you that a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. You don't know how to observe and learn from the mistakes of others because you are an idiot.
Court paperwork alleging Giarrusso worked with an advocacy group helping to coordinate the investigation and treatment of child sexual abuse. Following his arrest on Monday, the Seabrook Police Department put Giarrusso on administrative leave. The department declined to comment further. Giarrusso is expected to appear back in court next month. He was arraigned in court earlier today on separate charges. He has been charged with improper storage of a firearm in Seabrook. Maria Wilson, WMUR News 9.
What? Improper storage of a firearm. So what, he has children in the home and he doesn't have his guns properly locked up or something? I don't know. It's so many stupid ass charges that they have on the book. There's too many charges that you can't keep up with all of them. You know, especially these gun charges. The gun charges are so different across the states. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You know, you may be in one state and you can, well, I'll just take Colorado. I'll use Colorado as an example. In the state of Colorado, you can have your gun anywhere you want in your vehicle. But in South Carolina, if you are busted with your gun, not in a locked box or inside of your glove compartment locked up, a locked compartment, and you just have it out, oh, you got a felony charge. So remember that. Remember I told you that, okay?
9.
Just into the Fox 5 newsroom, Newton County deputies have arrested a Conyers police officer on charges of child molestation. Deputies arrested Officer
Wow. Amazing. Child molestation again. You see, you notice the pattern is steady. Child molestation, child molestation, child molestation. They're going after children. Does it ring a bell? They're going after children because they are weak. They do not know how to talk to an adult. They do not know how to talk to a woman. They can't get a girlfriend. That's why they have to go after children. Disgusting, deplorable people.
Melissa Ann Staton this morning. According to the arrest report, deputies received a call that Staton had molested her ex-wife's daughter. She was released on bond this afternoon. Conyers police say Staton has been placed on administrative leave.
So did you hear that? And that goes back to what I said earlier. See, it's the same thing over and over. These sexual deviants, they always go after someone in the family that they are not blood related to. It might be a relative through marriage. That's something I have noticed with these people. They always go after the relative that's related through marriage. I wonder why that is. Why is that? In their sick mind, what do they think that, hey, it's okay to be a sexual deviant and molest children because they're not blood related? Like, what are you, like?
With pay while they conduct an internal investigation.
Well, Jessica, investigators say Paul Downey paid a 14-year-old boy for sex multiple times, saying he met the teen, picked him up at...
This guy, this police officer, former Boston police sergeant. So he's a sergeant. He has rank. Going after boys, young boys. So this is another sick dynamic. Not only is he a sexual deviant and sexual abuser, he's a alternative lifestyle sexual abuser. He goes after the same sex children. Wow. This is amazing, man. This is
Night drove
sick.
him to a parking lot before paying him in cash. The 58-year-old walking into court in cuffs, turning his back to the camera due to an ongoing work stoppage with...
Wow. Like, what did you think? Did you really think just because you're a cop that you can get away with being a sexual deviant? Like, oh, nobody's going to know about it. I'm a cop. Like, did you really think that in your little stupid mind? Like, look at this guy. You can see the shame. Look at him. He looks shame. I almost kind of feel bad for him, but I can't feel bad for him. You know?
Public defenders, no attorney was available to represent Downey today. According to the district attorney's office, Downey met the teen through the dating app Grindr and messaged with him on.
See, I told y'all about that app Grindr. Wow. So they're letting people exploit children on the app Grindr. That's amazing. So sad. So sad. Watch your children. That's all I can tell you. Watch your children. You know, and you parents out there, I don't understand some of y'all. I see some of y'all let y'all children just wander around, walk all around neighborhoods, riding bicycles all around neighborhoods. These children don't even be 10 years old yet. Like you're gonna like, wow, I can't believe it. Like, this is really crazy. I can't believe this.
Snapchat. Investigators say in March and May of this year, he picked up the teen and drove him to a parking lot near South Bay Mall where he paid the boy for sex. Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox saying he believes there will be a thorough investigation, saying, quote, "These charges are obviously very troubling and our thoughts are with any alleged victims." Now, Downey is facing multiple criminal charges, including 4 counts of rape of a child. He's set to be back in court tomorrow morning for his arraignment if a public defender is available. Live in Dorchester, Emily Maha, WCVB News Center 5.
Emily. Yep, that's right. Bill Davis, you're absolutely right about that.
I tried a ton of AI work tools. Then I tried Monday.com. Game over. Monday.com.
To the arrest of a Bucks County police officer along with 3 other
Bucks
men.
County.
And the
Where's Bucks County? Where's that?
arrests are the result of a sting, but it wasn't police who set it up. It was everyday, ordinary citizens. Action News reporter Dan Quayle.
So that's probably these guys we see online. I watch them. I'm subscribed to their channel. They're called Predator Poachers and all these channels, these vigilante people that act like they're children online to arrest these type of sick ass people, these sexual deviants. And I watch it and like I just talk and the things they do, and it's like, and that's why I understand that they are sick in the mind from watching videos like that.
Are joining us now live in Doylestown tonight with details on this. Dan.
Shari, the arrest of Corporal Clifford Horn of the Central Bucks Regional Police comes.
Wow, so he's a corporal. So he's a man of valor. He has some rank. He has some rank in the department. He's not just an officer, he's a corporal.
Following an operation carried out by a concerned citizens group whose members pose as underage children on social media sites.
If you can be honest, or I can call the police. Your choice.
Video obtained by Action News shows a man being confronted by members of a citizens group affiliated with the Colorado Pet Patrol. This after he allegedly arrived at a home.
Yeah, and these groups, I'm subscribed to their channels. I love these groups. They are doing an honorable thing. They're doing a great job arresting, getting these pedophiles arrested. I love what they're doing. I hope they continue to do it. And it's some places that actually give these people pushback because they feel offended, like, hey, you didn't call us before you did this. They get offended. They get prideful. They get stupid, the police. They feel like we should be the only ones doing this, but you're not doing it. Because if you were investigating people committing sex crimes, the vigilantes wouldn't be doing it. The vigilante predator catchers, they are catching way more predators than the police. Because the police don't care. They don't care.
In Atlantic City for the purpose of engaging in a sex act with who he thought was a 14-year-old boy.
Your zipper's down, by the way.
I don't know why his zipper was down. I have no clue.
The group says the man went on the Grindr app to arrange a meet with the underage child for a quick sex act. The man sent a picture of himself in his underwear. The boy told him he was 14 years old, and if he was...
Look, here we go again. I know it's redundancy, but it is what it is. We got another guy being an idiot, sending a picture of himself to somebody online that he don't know. It could be some damn, I don't know, scammer or something, some online scammer or something. He sent a picture online of himself in his underwear. How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be to do that? Oh, like, yikes. Here we go. Yikes again. I've been saying that all day. Yikes. Good Lord. Good night.
Cool with that. The man said yikes, but never said no. The man taken into custody by Atlantic City Police has been identified as 54-year-old Clifford Horn. He would later be identified by Bucks County authorities as Corporal Clifford Horn of the Central Bucks Regional Police.
But I knew he was something because he wouldn't answer. He didn't want to incriminate himself. He didn't want to talk. But man, when I heard that today, I was shocked.
We went to I'm shocked. I'm shocked that the police would do this. Stop being shocked. You shouldn't be shocked. These police officers are no different than anybody else. No different. They're only human.
Of the story, but no one answered the door. The police department referred all calls to the Bucks County DA's office. The DA's office issued a statement saying it had assigned personnel to assist New Jersey authorities and to investigate and prosecute any criminal activity that may have occurred in Bucks County. Meanwhile, Atlantic City Police had been working with the citizens group. Thomas Fellows says he founded Colorado Ped Patrol almost 5 months ago.
Colorado Ped Patrol. I think I heard of them. I'm probably subscribed to their channel, Colorado Ped Patrol. Yeah, you don't have problems finding predators in Democrat states. That's easy. That's easy. You'll find a lot of LGBT predators. Yep. You see it online all the time. You see it online all the time. All you got to do is look and pay attention. Check it out.
And that this was very personal to him.
My brother-in-law molested my son 7 years ago. So that's the reason why I do this today.
In the case of Clifford Horn, he says,
this guy, he said his brother molested his son. That's what he said. Yep, my brother-in-law molested his son. See, just like I said, and here we go again. A family member molesting a family member who they are related to through marriage. Here we go again. The same thing. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. It's a pattern.
They were really careful in making absolutely certain the guy in front of the house was the guy talking to the 14-year-old decoy on Grindr.
He said, I'm in front of your house. I'm in front of a running truck. And the running truck, we were on the other side of it. So that was our last confirmation. 100% we knew it was him.
Thomas Fellows
busted.
Across the country make
I love
40
these
arrests
guys
of
get
this
busted.
type.
I love them be shamed. I love it. I love it. It's like, oh, you thought you was about to have sex with a child, huh? Come get in these damn handcuffs. Bill Davis, being a corporal just means this isn't his first time, just his first time getting caught. That's right. Or at least the first time he was caught by citizens. Yep. That's right. We see that all the time. All the time.
They also say that there were three others that were arrested in separate incidents in Atlantic City. All 4 have been charged with luring children by various means. All 4 were released on a summons with a future court date. Live here in Bucks County, I'm Dan Cuellar. Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Shari?
All right, Dan, thank you.
Oh, what a bunch of sickos. Nobody likes to talk about these sickos.
A Jicarilla Apache Nation police officer is now facing charges after
Jicarilla Apache Nation. So maybe she's a reservation police. We just seen a reservation police officer earlier get arrested by the FBI. So here we go again. See this stuff. See what you have to understand about this sexual deviant and these predators. They are everywhere. They're even on reservations. You see that? They're on reservations as well. They're everywhere.
being accused of sexually abusing minors over the course of several years. The U.S. Attorney's Office.
And I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything, but this lady kind of does look rough around the edges. She kind of does look like a lesbian. I'm just being honest. Look at the haircut. Look at the face. Just look all rough in the face. Like, oof, I don't know. Like, what was she doing? Going after young girls or something? Like, give me details.
Office says last month, 2 victims accused 48-year-old Lori Muniz of physical and sexual abuse from the ages of 7 to 11 and 5 to 16.
7 to 11 and 5 to 16. Wow. Wow. That's a shame. That's a shame.
Officials say a witness corroborated both reports and told law enforcement about more incidents of abuse by Muniz. Through their investigation, the FBI found that Muniz had been charged with child abuse in 2023, but returned to work as a police officer on March 31st of this year.
Hold up. So she was charged with sex crimes and was able to return to being a police officer. See, the police department, they don't give a damn about protecting children. They will let a sexual deviant, that's what I call them, a predator, rather. Maybe that's a more common term, a predator. They will let a predator return to being a police officer like nothing never happened. They don't care about your children. Don't you get it? They don't give a fuck about you. That's why they talk to you the way they talk to you. That's why they be condescending to you. That's why they're condescending. They condescend. That's why they do it. They don't have any respect for you.
Yesterday, Muniz was arrested and is facing charges for aggravated sexual abuse and abandonment of a child. She faces up to life in prison if convicted.
Yeah, and you should get life in prison. You should get double, triple life. You should get all the.
Okay, so everyone thinks baked on grease needs strong chemicals
Throw the devil.
to get it off, but that's a lie.
What else we got?
At first tonight, horrific allegations against a
already
Jersey City
did.
police sergeant accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a child.
Drugging.
Good
Well,
evening.
we
I'm
didn't hear that.
David Ernwall.
And I'm Mike Marza. 44-year-old Andrew LeBruno was taken into custody yesterday. And according to prosecutors, he targeted his victim on social media and waited until the victim was home alone to engage in sex acts.
Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is live in Jersey City with the latest on the arrest and the investigation. Darla?
Good evening, Sade and Mike. Sergeant Andrew LeBruno is a 20-year veteran of the Jersey City Police Department. His online bio says he is assigned to emergency management here in Jersey City. But just one county north, a few hours ago, he is accused of aggravated sexual assault and sexual assault of a teen who prosecutors say was mentally impaired and physically impaired.
Are you Andrew LeBruno? Yes.
The voice of Andrew LeBruno sounding a bit disoriented during a virtual court appearance from the Bergen County Jail Tuesday afternoon. The 44-year-old wearing a hospital gown in his booking photo.
I'm not aware of the penalty.
Yeah, so I guess this is a update on this story. So we seen this guy in a couple videos back. I didn't know he drugged the victim. I didn't know that. So I'm glad I seen this video so I can get some further information and details. So he drugged the victim. See how deep this goes? You see, these people have no limit. They have no limit. They will do anything.
Mr. LeBruno, do you want me to go over it with you again? Yes.
Bergen County prosecutors accusing the North Jersey politician of using social media to meet up with a juvenile who was home alone in Inglewood.
Yeah, he is a politician because he was a former mayor. Then he became a police officer. I think that's the way it happened. I think he went from mayor to police officer, or I guess vice versa. That's why that's why they are labeling him as a politician. But politician being predators isn't nothing new. Look at the Epstein. Look at the Epstein files and all the politicians caught up with that. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised with these sickos. These sickos think that they have a right to molest children. They think they have a right to do it.
On Monday, who the criminal complaint says LeBruno knew was physically helpless and mentally incapacitated, sprayed an unknown substance into his own hand, and then placed it over the victim's mouth and nose, causing dizziness before the alleged sexual assault.
It's a close community, and nobody wants.
So he abused someone that was disabled and probably wasn't even able to speak. See why he felt so comfortable doing it? Because he knew that the victim couldn't tell anyone.
To feel like this could happen to somebody who was a politician in our town, a leader.
I've been fighting for the public my whole life, and now I'll fight for you in Trenton.
LeBruno was just on the November ballot a few weeks ago, coming close but losing a bid for state assemblyman District 39. He spent a year on the Dumont Borough Council before being elected mayor, serving from 2020 to 2023.
The fact that his family here in our community has to live with this shame.
Yeah,
is
remember I
awful.
said that. I said that. I said that earlier in his earlier video that we seen of him. I said that he has committed these sex crimes. Now his family is living in that same city and they have to endure the shame that he has brought on the family. I said that. I mean, it's common sense. Even this lady saying the same thing. We both see that. Because it is shameful.
Heartbreaking.
But for the last 20 years, LeBruno has been a Jersey City police officer.
You have any questions, sir, of myself or the public defender? No. Matters concluded. Thank you.
You know, and let me tell you how these people are. This guy right here, you know, these people are narcissists. They have narcissistic personality disorder, which is a mental disease. They think they have. That's why he think he have a right to do it. He think he could do anything he want and not have to suffer the consequences. He think that he can do whatever he wants and not have to go to jail like everybody else because he's above the law and the rules don't apply to him because he is a narcissist. He only cares about himself and what he wants, and to hell with everybody else. That's how his mind thinks.
Now, LeBruno is still being held in the Bergen County Jail. He was immediately suspended without pay from the Jersey City Police Department after his arrest on Monday, and he will be back in court on.
Yeah. Well, hopefully my audio sounds good. This was a good live stream. I would like to do more of these in the future. I have plenty more videos, more stories to come. Stay tuned, and thank you for joining the live stream. Y'all have a great day.